I'm Ryan Jones. I'm the Director of Southeast Asia with Manna Worldwide. You know, the easiest way to tell you what we do is to tell you why we do it and how we started. There's a group of missionaries, a missionary family in the Philippines in the 90s. They felt led to start feeding some kids. And I remember him saying the story like, I only had the faith to feed 10 kids. You know, that's all I thought I could do. And the next thing you know, he's feeding 250 kids every day. And like he's reaching these families and just amazing outreach. These other missionaries said, how are you doing this? He said, I just did what Jesus did and I fed them. And I loved on them and he gave me a platform to speak in their lives. And they said, man, I wish we could do it, but we're in the Philippines. How do we raise the money? How do we start this? And he's like, well, maybe I can do that. And so he came back to the States in 2001 and started Manna Worldwide. And now we have 250 projects in 40 countries around the world. And we have schools, we have feeding centers, we have orphanages. We have a deaf soccer team in Bangkok, which was really neat. They won the gold medal in Southeast Asia Special Olympics a couple years ago. So just really neat opportunities just to reach different communities and serve people all over the world. No, there's a lot of ways we provide services and resources, and really I consider we're a bridge. There's a lot of people in the States that say, man, I want to go have an impact. I want to go do something, but how do I do it? Where do I start? Who do I trust? I just look at someone on a television screen. You know, I'm a living, breathing person that lives here in Dallas, Fort Worth that, have a relationship with. And we have people overseas that say, man, here's a big need that we have, but how do we fill it? And we kind of connect those. And so we have churches and businesses and individuals that sponsor projects. And I'm going to adopt this project. And it's really neat. Like we have some that have gone back 14 years in a row. And so there's opens a lot of doors. I just got back from Colombia in Bogota. We have a tutoring center, and there's a 10-year-old kid that can't even read. He's in first grade still, that we're helping tutor and kids with math. And so I think there's a lot of open doors that we can help provide people, just bring those resources. We take a lot of teams overseas to work at the projects. 3 different reasons we take a team. It's their project that they've adopted. They want to go work at it and love on those kids. They may want to go see a project and adopt it, or they may provide skills. Like I've taken construction teams, I take medical teams that go work at our projects. We had one summer, we're in like 6 different countries, and we're going to Mongolia and Japan and Vietnam and Cambodia and Thailand and Myanmar and the Philippines and all over. And it's neat because you work in different places, and watching your kids serve, that's probably the greatest thing I've ever seen. And I love that. I love taking teenagers. I did a father-daughter trip one time, and it was pretty cool to watch these fathers invest in their daughters' lives and watching the kids serve and to get to do outreaches, and see them impact communities. It impacted on my kids' lives. I remember one time we were on a trip and we were taking water filters, and we're going to take them to southern Thailand to Ban Nam Kim and Phang Na, which is like it's right where the tsunami hit. If you watch the movie The Impossible, it was filmed in this village that we have a project. And we're going to take the filters down there, and the missionary calls me the day before and is like, hey, it's not going to work out to hand them out here. Maybe you can find a way to hand them out in Bangkok. And I was like, man, okay, I'd have our plans get wrecked all the time, right? I'm like, what am I going to do in Bangkok? I said, okay. So I talked to the missionary there, and he said, well, we have a Pakistani service tonight with Pakistani refugees. Maybe we could give it to them. So that'd be awesome. So we go and get these buckets, we put the filters together, we go hand them out that night. And this Pakistani man, he's crying, and he's like, you don't understand. Like, our family didn't have clean water this morning. We got together as a family and prayed that God would bring us clean water, and then you show up tonight. So I love it when God wrecks our plans because he has a bigger one. And now we're looking at starting a medical clinic in Jordan and another one in Cambodia. So there's a lot of doors that are opening around the world. So we're hoping to expand, hoping to add more orphanages, more feeding centers. And we're starting to get some teams going back. So I took a team to Cambodia, Kenya, and Colombia this year. And then I got a lot of teams lined up for next year to go serve on the field.